Hello. This episode was recorded live on Twitch on February the 6th, 2023. During this episode, we will be reacting to the chat, so if we say things or mention things that seem completely random, it will probably be because we are replying to things in the chat. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the episode.
We are doing this show live, and with me as ever is Dan, the man.
Yo, I may have forgotten to start recording straight off the bat. Whoops. We are recording now.
And we have also got Brandon as well.
Hello.
Hello, Brandon.
Hello, Chris.
So, how is everyone?
Pretty darn good, I'd say so. Just very short-staffed at work, and I'm now sort of referred to as the flapper. For the reasons why, the flapper, because it's just because I'm trying to juggle not only 2 or 3 jobs at the same time, but my PhD, we've got short staff. I'm just I've got so much I want to do, so I get called the flapper. But then for some reason, when stressful things do happen, I'm just I just show no emotion, and I don't understand why.
It's better than being called the fluffer, I suppose.
I'd rather be called the flapper than the flapper.
Fluffer, I said. It's worse. What's new in Dan's life?
Not really much. Same old. Pretty boring.
Pretty boring. Good. So that's a stellar, exciting start to this live stream we are doing. I'm in my element here because this is what I do. I suppose Brandon is as well. This is all new for Dan. Dan's like a frightened little rabbit, but he's also excited. So I suppose we will just kick off like we normally would. There's no cold open here, but if we want to do the little plinky plonky noises for our normal transitions into the main episode, we could do that.
Clinky clonky. Now I'm equally confused.
Blink, blink, plonk. Now do. There we go. That's a transition. This is now the meat of the episode.
Oh, we're already there.
Already there.
I'm so confused.
I know. I thought
it's all right. It pays to be confused.
Yeah. So we'll do it as we normally do by picking the subject and running with it. So, who wants to go first? Who's itching to get something off their chest?
I mean, if Dan doesn't, there's something that we can sort of just discuss very briefly because it's something that we've both been playing. If we want to sort of open up on, the new GoldenEye ports that have come out to Game Pass and the Switch.
Well, since you've mentioned it, I suppose it would be a crime not to.
Yeah.
All right.
How have you been finding the Game Pass experience with GoldenEye?
Bloody amazing. I actually finished it live on stream yesterday. I did not think I would do. I did it a lot quicker than I thought. And I also believe it's the first time I finished it legitimately.
When you say finished, do you mean did all the stages and do them on Secret Agent difficulty, or did you just do all the stages?
I just did them on normal difficulty, but I actually played through the entire game. Because I think when I was younger, I played them to a point, and then I just used level selects and played multiplayer to death. So I don't think I actually took the time to sit down and do every single mission in order, properly. And as far as my brain goes, I think I always got stuck on the statue level because there's a point where you meet up with Sean Bean, and you're not meant to attack. There's 2 points in this stage you're not meant to attack. You're meant to drop your weapons, and I don't think my child brain could handle that. It was why am I failing the mission? I went pew pew when the people were there, like everything else. And I just couldn't wrap my head around it.
I used to remember being, when playing as a kid, statue for some reason was the stage which, scared me for some reason. I think it's because it's pretty much set in a scrapyard / graveyard, which, with that sort of, it was quite haunting music. And the fact that everyone had shotguns, I just remember it being very, very scary. Same thing for the Red Mist surface map. I remember that one being quite scary. But yeah.
See, here's something I thought they might do with the remaster, and that's improved the draw distance, but they haven't. They've kept it exactly how it is. I thought of all the things, they've improved the controls, which is great, because I think this game seemed easier just because you can control it just like you can any other first-person shooter now. And I think that takes away half the challenge. just being able to like aim.
I suppose that's true for Game Pass, but it's not true for the Switch.
Yes, because we've had two very different experiences playing the same game.
We have had very different experiences for this. So my first sort of troubles with this came on the very first level playing on Dam. I remember spawning and trying to figure out how to move and aim. I then started playing around with the controllers on my watch. I couldn't figure out how to navigate the watch. I couldn't figure out how to aim. I couldn't figure out how to bloody shoot like a normal human being. Couldn't remember how to do anything. I was just completely lost when it came to controllers. And then when it came to me actually playing it, I got through, did finish down, no problem. Then I tried to attempt it on Secret Agent, and I just could not do it for the life of me. I was so stuck, like trying to aim, trying to time everything, trying to get through in a timely fashion, trying to remember what everything does. And it took hours for me to just clear down on Secret Agent. I then did Surface. It came to Facility, and I'm still stuck on Facility on Secret Agent mode. But in terms of normal stages, I think I've just finished Frigate. I think Frigate was the last stage, which I've just recently completed, but that was last weekend, and I've not really played it since.
See, there's one thing that makes me want to not even attempt to do all the missions on Secret Agent, and that is the escort missions, of which there are like several back-to-back, pretty much, when you've got to protect Natalia. She just dies. She just
not
doesn't
really
care.
paid that much attention to him. It's just,
you will when you get to that.
Yeah, I sort of know sort of what's happening in each of the difficulties go up. Like I know as you go up in difficulty, the amount of ammo you get drops significantly, and the amount of damage you received increases significantly, and body armor just doesn't appear, which is making Facility such a pain in the ass for me to get through, because it just reaches a point because the aiming is so jank. When you get through to the bit where you first enter through the safe houses, and when you start to see the scientists, I just can't control it, and I'm just getting shot left, right, and center, and I just can't figure it out, and it's stressing me the hell out.
There's like two ways you can play GoldenEye, and you kind of like have to toggle between them both depending on the level. You either rely on just barreling it, just fucking going like as fast as you can, and then other times like levels like Train, you've got to very, very slowly crawl forward and just take out every enemy. And then every other enemy you kill is like you turn right around to check your ass to see if there's anyone right up it, because they just spawn in. Enemies just appear.
I was like that on when I was doing Dam. When I got into the under bit, like going through like the tunnely bit, I was just like checking everywhere just to make sure, because I know for a fact that every now and then I get shot in my ass. So I was just really trying to take that one nice and slowly, and then obviously Facilities just making my life hell.
Yeah, I remember like Train being quite a difficult one. On replaying it, it wasn't too bad. Oh, hello. We got a follow from G.I. Tyrone. Hi, G.I. Tyrone. How you doing? Cool.
Yeah, I remember enjoying Train, because I liked the bit where you have to like cut through things, and I do remember enjoying Train.
Yeah, that was a very good level. I'd say I quite like Statue now I've wrapped my head around it, because it is a bit different. You sort of have to like double back on yourself. What I did find funny though is, even though the game punishes you for having Natalia get killed, it does not give a shit about Boris. Boris, you can just go and just shoot him, and the game has like no repercussions. It's like, yeah, he's pivotal to the plot. Why does no one care? Like, there's two missions he pops up in, and you can just kill him both times, and no one cares. I'm not sure if there is a version on the higher difficulty to like not kill him, but on regular gameplay, yeah, there he is. Fucking. He even says like, "Oh, I'm just here to like look after computers. Don't worry about me." It's like, yeah, but no.
One thing, all right, I can't remember this because it's been quite a while since I've actually played GoldenEye, but I've never actually seen the film GoldenEye. So how closely does the game actually relate to it? I can't remember. What?
You've not seen GoldenEye?
No, the only James Bond films I've seen are Skyfall and the one after.
And the one after.
So one of the best.
That's it.
So one of the best James Bond films, and then one of the worst.
Yeah. That's my James Bond experience. I've not seen Spectre. No, I have. Wait, have I seen Spectre?
That's the one after Skyfall.
Yeah.
I thought Spectre was before Skyfall.
No, that's Quantum of Solace, which is even worse.
Okay, yeah, I've not seen Quantum of Solace. I think I've seen Spectre. I can't remember anything, mate. But I do want to watch GoldenEye, just because obviously the game.
GoldenEye is the best Pierce Brosnan one.
It's
That's
one
what
of the
I've
better
heard, which is why I want to give it a go, because it's just because I played the game, it's just something which I just really want to do.
Well, here's the thing with the GoldenEye. I'll just quickly say that I'm not a huge fan of the Bond films. I do like GoldenEye, and I do very much like Skyfall. Skyfall was my favorite one, if I had to pick. So I actually rewatched GoldenEye only last week because I haven't seen it since it very first came out back in the day. So I thought, you know what? I've played the game to death. I should probably re-watch the film, and then when I live stream it, I'll know pretty much what's going on. And to be fair to the game follows it very, very well. Although there are some huge leaps. I think the biggest one is what level is it? You start off the level in the jungle in a crash plane. But that's not how you finish the mission before. There's huge jumps in logic. I think it's train. It is train. Yeah, you go from train to jungle, and you just escape. Yeah, you escape in the train, then you just run off, and then the next mission, you just next to a crash plane in the jungle. It's this game takes huge jumps to conclusions. It assumes you've seen the film.
Definitely that. Yeah, that bit. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because the main reason why I don't know is because there's a lot of missions which happen in the game. So I'm just how the hell have they gotten 30 odd different destinations into a film?
There are repeats though.
Yeah, I know there's repeats, but it's just but they go back to it. So I'm just how the hell is there 30 mini missions in the film? Because I'm just okay, let's just say on average you get 2 minutes of screen time for each, or 3 minutes. That's an hour and a half. That's not a lot of time to sort of hone in on a particular mission. I'm just how the hell did he do it? Unless, I just don't know. Like I said, I've not seen the film. I don't understand.
You need to watch it. It's a good one.
I'll say one thing for GoldenEye. As cheesy as it is one of the better Bond films. But I did not realise just how many stock sound effects were in it. There were tons. It's every other scene is there's that noise again. It's what?
Is it Tim Cummings? Because he plays Boris.
Alan
Cummings. He's great as Boris.
Oh, he's the the best bit of the film. Everyone watching it just when they're if you remember nothing from the film, and I didn't for 20 years, the only bit I remember was I am invincible.
Yep.
And
and just having Sean Bean in. Sean Bean's great.
Yeah, and we have Squiffy with us in chat who is agreeing with us in a minute. He says GoldenEye is a bit shit, and Alan Cummings is indeed the breakout star. So we're...
Funny, my only experience with GoldenEye, the actual game, I've only played it once, and it was 22 years ago, and it was when I was having my heart operation. And I don't know if it was after or before my operation, because I was in the hospital for about, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, I don't remember. And I remember it was either before or after my operation. I went they had a room with an N64, and they had a GoldenEye on there, and I think I played a little bit, but I don't remember. I was 6, so... It's
just reminding me of the time when my brother broke his arm and dislocated his elbow. We was on obviously the kids ward. There was a GameCube in the middle with Double Dash on it. So you had all these sick kids around me, crying, broken bones, some of them quite ill. And I'm just there shouting at Mario Kart, and I'm not letting them play it. I just want to play Mario Kart.
Hold on, Brandon. Are you suggesting that the only way you could beat people at Double Dash was to have them with broken arms? It's haha, I have the advantage.
Yeah, it's just I just wouldn't let any of them want to play it, because obviously we was on holiday when it happened. So I was just I'm not going to let my brother's broken arm ruin my holiday experience. I'm going to play Double Dash. And I don't care how many
such sibling love. Don't give a shit. Get better. I'm going to play video games.
I'm going to beat all the wonky kids.
Brandon.
No, because I'm saying that in jest, because when my brother broke his arm did wobble. Because when he broke it, he sort of held it up to us, and it just flopped. It was just if he ruins Double Dash, I'm breaking his other arm.
It's going to be a nightmare for you to edit now. Well, it's just audio.
I don't care. on a note of GoldenEye, did any of you play the GameCube like kind of sequel, Nightfire?
I did
No.
on the. I can't remember. I think I played it on the PS2.
Oh yeah, it
There
was on
one on the
PS2 as
PS2.
well.
Yeah, I remember playing the PS2. I didn't play the story mode on that one. I more so played it when I had my friend Scott round. And I mean, the actual multiplayer was a bit more fleshed out. But in terms of story, I have nothing memorable from it.
Story was just whatever. It's just here's another Bond story. It has everything you want in a Bond story. There you go. But the multiplayer was great fun. I thought it was a decent game. I still got it.
Would you ever replay it though?
Yeah, probably.
Really?
Yeah. It was
It's
fun.
one of those games which, even though I played it once, I'll probably just be like, I can just ignore it.
I've had it for like
Wouldn't feel like I'm missing out on anything.
I've had it for like 15 years, or probably more than that actually. Probably like 18 years or something.
Here's a point somebody's just made. Have you played the spiritual successor Perfect Dark, which is like on the same engine as GoldenEye?
No, I haven't. I'm just gonna have a quick look at it now.
I have.
No,
but
I
don't
haven't,
remember.
surprisingly.
I have, but
I
I
think
don't
I've-
remember.
I think I played some multiplayer around a mate's house when it
Yeah.
was first around, but I don't think I've actually took the time to play it. But now I've realised I do have rare replay, and there's no reason why I can't do it.
It's definitely a game I've been like. I put it on the list for a long time ago, and I've still not got round to it. But yeah, I wouldn't mind
Yeah.
playing it at some point.
I know there's a sequel on the 360, but I don't know how well that went. Perfect Zero Dark, I believe
Yeah.
it is. But I think that was mixed with reports, and it was just like meh.
I think so, but I don't know either. One of those games that's since I'm not that interested in it or never played any of them. I don't know. All I know is the N64 one's meant to be really good.
Someone's pointed out, yeah, it was competing with Halo, so
Yeah, it
never
would
stood
have
a
been a
chance.
chance
Yeah.
against Halo. No wonder it sort of got shunned.
Cool. Well, that was GoldenEye. So yeah, apart from the control problems on the Switch version, I think we can safely say, yeah, it's a recommendation. Of course,
Yeah,
it is.
definitely.
If
I'm
you-
enjoying it.
I've still got the N64 cartridge right here, and if that ain't testament to loving my old games and saying, "Oh, you should play it again, but with a fancier controller and in 60 frames a second," fucking do it.
It doesn't feel like 60 frames per second on the Switch.
Does it not?
It
I'm
still
not surprised.
feels
To be honest.
24.
I'm not sure if it is, but Bond is very zippy, so it certainly feels like it.
No, it definitely doesn't feel it.
Yeah, but that was GoldenEye. On to the next one. Dan, I believe you've been playing a game that's not called GoldenEye.
No, if you rearrange the letters of Undertale, you get Deltarune, and that's what I've been playing. I've been playing the only two available chapters of Deltarune, Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. After all these years, I finally played them, and they're good. I know you have, Brandon, but you played Undertale, Chris. I think you have, but
I've played Undertale and I've finished part 2 of Deltarune, but I haven't finished part 2 or even
I've
played
never
it.
played Deltarune.
well, on the weekend I played Chapter 1 on the Saturday and Chapter 2 on Sunday, and roughly took me about just under 9 hours. We'll probably say like 8.5, and they're good. Obviously, if you played Undertale, it's still got like the bullet hell like combat, like RPG bullet hell combat. That's like not changed. I guess it feels bad for me to go. In a nutshell, it's just more Undertale, but it's not. But in a like the simplest way to describe Deltarune is, yeah, it's just more Undertale in it. But it just, I feel like Toby Fox, the creator, is definitely trying to do something new with the formula, and especially some of the boss battles definitely seem to try and do that. Like, there's one where it's more like a proper fighting game halfway through, and it was fun doing that. That's in Chapter 2, and there was like a bit in there's like this bit in Chapter 1 where you with like the different with I don't know what I'm saying with like the combat, you have a percentage bar compared to Undertale, and like the more actions you do in combat, the more the percentage goes up, and you can do like different actions, and it's interesting how that changes enemies and how you interact with them and stuff like that. Like I had a really good time, and since I've had like the soundtrack on like constant repeat. I listened to it like, yesterday and today, so I'm excited for more, but I know it's not going to be like this year, maybe next year or year after, but who knows?
Do you think it'll ever get completed? How many parts is it going to have?
I think it said 5.
7.
5? 7?
There's 7 chapters.
I'll say, because I just read, didn't it say about Deltarune Chapter 3 and 5 are in development?
He said they're working on Chapter 3 and 4 together, but Chapter 3, 4 and 5 are going to be released together whenever that is. But
as a paid release.
Yeah. And then there'll be Chapter 6 and 7 whenever that is. There's been like, obviously they're working on 3, 4 and 5, so there's no information about Chapter 6 and 7, but I can with like how it's kind of like a pseudo sequel with how it all ties in, 'cause you've got a lot of the Undertale characters in, but they haven't really taken center stage at all, and I think Chapter 3 is going to change that from the way Chapter 2 ends. It definitely, I can't see a certain character not playing a big role in Chapter 3. It just makes no sense if they don't. So I feel like Toby Fox is trying to be like, whereas in Undertale, your choices mattered. Where you were, if you wanted to kill all the monsters, that affected your game. If you didn't, that affected your game. And there's still a bit of that, but it's a bit more, your choices don't matter as much. And it might be other ways that you'll have like the genocide route. Like there is like a genocide route in Chapter 2, for example, but it's completely different, and it's more like you manipulating characters to do the genocide instead of your character. So I'm wondering if that's how it's going to be Chapter 3 onwards as well.
When did Chapter 1 and 2 come out?
Chapter 2 came out 2021.
Wow, so it's been a long time in development, man.
Yeah. Because Chapter 2 wasn't meant to come out for free. It only came out for free because of COVID.
Okay. Either way, it's still a long time for development.
Is it competing with Duke Nukem 3D for the amount of time for a full game to come out?
Probably not.
It's probably competing with Cyberpunk for a full game.
Oh, that game will never get finished. It's only the mods holding it together.
I did manage to beat the secret boss in Chapter 2. I didn't manage to beat... I kind of missed it in the secret boss in Chapter 1, but the secret boss in Chapter 2 was good fun. The music was great, but there's like a teacup ride you've got to go on, and that was harder than the actual boss. I think I died doing this teacup ride in the game about 10 times. I went online and I saw someone said, I died to the teacup ride 30 times in a row. I was like, oh my gosh. It's just the controls. I think like, oh yeah, just do this, and then when you're actually doing it, I just lose exactly what I'm doing. I'm like, oh shit, I died again. Right, I gotta do it again. Right, oh, died again. Right, I don't know. I feel like I understand the controls, then I try and do it, and I just get confused.
I suppose I've got to ask very quickly, although this might be too big of a subject, but you bring up controls in that. We're talking about controls in GoldenEye. What game just has the worst controls? It's like, period.
Oh, that's a question.
This is a bit of a... Yeah.
That's a question for chat as well, I guess.
I need to think on that. It won't be... Yeah. I'm about to look at all my games, but then I'm like, actually, if it controls bad, I probably got rid of the game already.
Yeah. I think Bubsy 3D is probably still up there. That's bad on every front. Everything he's paying.
I know Sonic R doesn't control the best. I have a weird nostalgia for that game, but the controls aren't the best. I must admit. But I think my nostalgia gives it the benefit of the doubt I'm sorry to say.
I remember having a hard time in Buck Bumble sometimes as well. Because sometimes you have to very precariously land on stuff, but then Buck just goes zooming off, and you're just like, oh, for fuck's sake, just go exactly where I want you to go. Or when you have to go through like the rings for points and stuff, I'm just like, just go in a normal position, please.
I've got that. I'm probably going to stream that next week.
Oh, please do.
I forgot about it. I can do it as part of the retro thing. Yeah. If it works. I got to make sure it actually works. I've tested like half the cartridges. I haven't got around to doing all of them yet. It's a painstaking process. Because I've surprisingly got quite a large amount of N64 games. Apart from the ones people want me to stream, because of course that's the fucking case. Did you know Conker's Bad Thursday, there's a cartridge on its own, it's like 150 quid.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Is this on Amazon or where?
I just got when you go on shopping, so I think it's like that's like the cheapest one. Then it just escalates from there.
Conker's Bad Birthday.
Bad Fur Day.
Oh, Bad Fur Day. I'm just going to see what it's like in CEX.
Yeah,
don't
probably
worry.
the one I was looking at.
I'll tell you how much the GameCube and Wii Fire Emblem games cost. They cost 300 quid minimum each.
Conker's Bad Fur Day unboxed 105 or 195 in CEX.
Yeah, so I'm not streaming that anytime soon. The thing is with that game is I want to play the original because the the remasters and updates one have all been edited or censored in some way because of the nature of the game. So I want to play the original. It's as intended.
The fact that even like Ocarina of Time's been censored.
Yeah, it has. That's been changed.
Yeah, it's only the.
What is that? Exactly, was it? It's it's the water temple music, right? Fire temple
music. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, it was
religious
censored?
music. Yeah, it had religious music in it.
I swear we spoke about this on an episode ages ago.
Oh, it was like the third episode.
It was an early episode.
There's no way I'd remember that. My memory's bad enough as it is. I can't remember what we just said like last sentence. Like, how would you expect me to remember something from 2 years ago?
Yeah, there was like chanting in the Fire Temple music. So, except for the N64, every other version they've changed the music. They just took out the chanting.
So I've got the naughty version. Oh, I had to stream that. Someone's asked. No, it's not. That was just the name of the episode we did. Okay, so we've had that. Bit of a clusterfuck this episode. But hey, this is what happens when we do it. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Bringing it back up to date, I suppose. So I played and finished another title last week, and at time, well, I was going to say at time of writing, but we're live now. You can go and get it.
Still at time of recording.
Yeah, time recording. Yeah. So I finished Axiom Verge 2, which at the moment, for probably just today actually, is still available on PlayStation Plus. So if you want to download it, boom, go. Now's your chance. I finished Axiom Verge 2, and it's all right. Have you played the first Axiom Verge game?
Nope.
No. Okay. Good.
Sweet.
Oh, this is what we want to hear.
Yeah. So Axiom Verge. I'll just quickly go over the first one. Axiom Verge. You play the part of a scientist who essentially gets teleported into a different dimension. It's like a Metroidvania style type.
Yeah, I was literally thinking it's like Metroidvania Contra Weirdo World.
It's more heavy emphasis on the Metroid than the Vania. But the sort of gimmick of it is it's very glitchy.
The gimmick.
No, it kind of is. Because you kind of use glitches like in the game as like part of the gameplay experience. It's a bit weird. It's like it looks like the game's glitching out, but you actually use that to your advantage. And it's quite good. There's lots of weapons you can use. There's lots of different enemy variety, and you can like glitch each enemy to sort of make them change forms and shapes. And the second one tries to build on that. The second one's slightly different. Like the setting is like an alternate world, but it's like in more of a snowscape, sort of mountains, that kind of thing. And I just think it's all right. It's not brilliant. It's got some of the same mechanics, but it's stripped back a lot of the weapons. There's far less of them. I don't think the soundtrack's as good. There's a lot of emphasis on like female vocals adds the music, but not in a sort of like with lyrics. It's more like just vowels, I guess, like sort of throat singing. And somebody said I finished the original Axiom Verge, but it was good from what I played, and appreciate the recommendation. Yeah. So it's fine. It's all I can really say. So I'm trying to juggle chat at the same time and talk. I've got a busy job, me. So yeah, it just feels a bit underwhelming. The storyline is not as cooked as the first one. There's like references to the first one, but you don't have to have played it. It's its own storyline. But I don't know, everything just feels a bit stripped back. And I think the worst part of it is it's kind of confusing where to go. It's like you get like progression upgrades like you'd expect from a sort of Metroidvania, but it's not like immediately apparent on where to use it or how you even use it. Some of them are straightforward, like, oh, you get a sort of grapple hook, fair enough. But then you get like sort of like hacking abilities, and now you're thinking, cool. How does that help? Like, it's fine. It's fine. Just
it's your catchphrase describing anything. It's a game. It's a film. That's a series. It's fine.
No, his catchphrase is it's on Game Pass.
That too. His endorsement.
I can have two things. Okay then. Well, you talk about something then. That's fine.
I can talk about something which at first was fine, but then it's just getting ridiculous the more and more I read it.
Oh no.
There you go.
Oh no.
Okay, so everyone knows, right? I have to bring this up because it's been also stressing me the fuck out, right? This is just like doing my head in. So there was an anime. I think it's on Netflix, isn't it, Dan?
I don't know.
I'm pretty certain
more than me.
No, I'm pretty certain it's on Netflix, and that's Seraph at the end, or its Japanese title, Oh, I Already Know Seraph. And the actual anime itself, is overall, it's all right. Like the actions in it's good, the music in it is good, the art in it is good, but that's just all it is. It's good. However, I thought, okay, I have an app, Manga Plus, and the Shonen Jump app, so I thought, oh, you know what? Warren and Seraph, we've had nothing for God knows how long, so I thought, okay, let's just see how far we are. And at the time of recording, I think there's 123 chapters for Warren and Seraph. Each chapter is 50 pages, so that was like, that's already like 6,000 pages of reading I've got to do. But the manga finishes around about the anime finishes around about chapter 42, so I was like, oh, wicked, that's like 80 chapters worth of additional new content for me to read through. And it already at the end between like around about chapter 42, there's like a massive time jump of 5 months, which already raises alarm bells. And then, it sort of started to like really sort of intrigue me, like the bonding with the vampires, the actual Crowley and, and Ferid, like their sort of dynamics are really engaging. The actual backstory of Gurren and everything, like of the catastrophe that happened, it all is all very engaging. But it's just reaching this point now of like typical shonen syndrome where the power of friendship and family can conquer everything. The main protagonist just has the lowest IQ points available where, you tell him something, it's just like, I don't care, family means everything. Or, I'm so dumb, can you just explain everything to me? It's just that trope is just getting so repetitive. It's just doing my head in. Like, they've actually just had a whole 2 chapters just on you, the main character, with Mika going, family means everything to me. Let's protect our family. Let's destroy the world just for family. I'm just like, it's a good sentiment until, and I've been leading up to it as we go. Like some of the things which are going on, I've been wanting to read more. I mean, like, oh, that's really interesting. I want to keep finding out what's more, but I'm just keep getting put off by just how stupid, like just that shonen trope of stupid main character who wants nothing but himself, protect family, power of friendship. And it's just so frustrating. I really want to enjoy the series. I really do. But the tropes are just putting it off so much. And if they do adapt it, it's going to be so annoying.
Are there any animes out there ever been made ever that doesn't involve power of friendship in some form or another?
Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, because it's a goat.
Yeah, like you don't need power of friendship. As long as I can go vroom vroom, slash and blood, I've got everything I need.
Yep.
You have the power. You have the power of goat.
You got the power of ripcords.
Yeah, Chainsaw Man. It's a goat. Greatest of all time.
Yeah, that's my rant over about Seraph at the end.
I could probably have told you that about Seraph at the end, Brandon.
I know, but it's just like I said, like
And it wasn't worth your time.
I've thoroughly enjoyed my time reading it. Don't get me wrong, I have enjoyed it. But these last few chapters have just been really frustrating me just because of the tropes which are going on. And then even, like I said, I sent you this message on Snapchat and it's still confusing me the hell. Like, why is there a whole chapter about dinosaurs?
No. I don't want to read it.
There's this whole trope of they've got amnesia. They want to find out who they really are. So they go back, a couple thousand years in time to find out, okay, we was originally these first two creations of the first vampire. But the first vampire has wings, which makes him an angel. So that must mean he was born when the world was born. And then they're like, oh, let's go back in time. Maybe there's more memories we need to unlock. And they go back to the Jurassic period and nearly get taken out by T-Rex. I just thought, why the hell is this appearing in a manga or anime about slaying vampires and the protection of humanity? Whereas this fucking Velociraptor and Pterodactyl like tearing the shit out of each other. They then run away from it to find this hidden like crystal city of angels. I'm just like, what the hell is going on? This is just absolutely ridiculous. Like, this is just so unnecessary. Like, why do they have to make this so extra? So, I'm sorry, rant over. Let's continue the podcast.
Yeah. Chris.
Me.
Black Panther 2. You finally watched it. We can finally talk spoilers.
Yay!
Kind of.
Just making sure. Chat, your last chance. Do you want Black Panther spoilers? If you don't, you might want to cover your screen or ears.
I'm just going to mute you both. I've not even seen the first Black Panther.
Oh, you've not seen it?
Well, knowing me, I'm going to forget anyway, so it doesn't matter if you say it.
Brandon, have you watched Lion King?
Yeah. Is that it?
You've watched Black Panther 1?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Hakuna Matata?
Pretty much. Black Panther 1 has the same plot as Lion King. Yeah.
What? Greedy uncle kills dad.
Kinda.
Little baby gets raised by some two weirdos in the jungle.
Kinda.
Yeah.
It's like so close. It's like, yeah, pretty much. It's
oh wow.
Obviously, it's Marvelized, and Disney. I was about to say Disneyfied, but Lion King is Disney. But
Marvel Lion King.
It is literally Marvel Lion King, pretty much. Yeah.
It's like Africa only has one story and that's it. They're not allowed to have any more. Oh dear. All right, no. So Black Panther 2. Moving on. So yes, I did watch this for the first time yesterday, so it's very fresh in my mind. And here's what I think of it. I'm not gonna say it's fine, but it's fine.
Literally like how I feel about it. I know I did like it, but I said this before. I remember leaving the cinema and just went and kind of just was like, that was good, and then just kind of not thinking about it.
Yeah. So Black Panther 2. I suppose the best way of saying it would be to say that I did enjoy the film, but I have some nitpicks with it. Actually, the thing that strikes me the most is like kind of how it ends. Not like the final scenes. I mean, more like the conflict with Namor, the villain. It just seems to wrap up like very quickly. And bear in mind, this film's like 2 hours and 40 minutes,
something like
minus
that.
the credits.
It's quite
long.
So
it's quite long, yeah. But the final conflict was just like, oh, we should team up. Well, I've been saying that all film, and we said no. But okay, that's just how it feels. It's like, oh, okay. What was? Oh, never mind. All your motivation just seems to have gone out the window. But it did do a few things, like the actress Okoye made me laugh a few times. Angela Bassett was fucking great. There's one scene where she strips Okoye of her rank. It was like, fucking hell, that's brutal. Kind of reminded me of Kim from Better Call Saul. It's like, I feel like I've been told off. Jesus.
I thought Namor was mostly alright. I don't know, because I've got a few comic books with him in. He's great in the comic books, but I don't know if his golden screen vision was the best. I don't know.
I know very little about Namor. But the only thing I know about Namor is I think he's got ties with the Fantastic Four. Squiffy, who's currently in chat, he's a fucking expert. He could tell you everything about it. But I know in the film they never really talk about like Namor. If you don't know, he's got like sort of winged ankles so he can fly, and they do like say, "Oh, he's like a mutant," but they sort of never go into great detail about it. They just sort of say that one line like once, and that's it. It's just like accepted. But we all think this is how it's going to lead into like X-Men. Like he's like the first mutant they found, like the new wave.
Wow.
Well, it's different to the comic book, so it's going to be interpreted different.
I guess on the actual big screen, yes. But you finished Miss Marvel? You didn't you? Because they allude to.
Actually, no, I haven't.
Oh.
I still haven't watched it. I watched the first episode and I still haven't got around to it.
I was about to spoil the post-credit scene on Miss Marvel.
Yeah, well, I watched She-Hulk, but I've not watched all of Miss Marvel. I keep meaning to get around to it, and I keep forgetting. Yeah.
I thought the fact that the final battle was on a boat was kind of cool. It was just a bit different. But then I thought like they're in the middle of the ocean. Like surely Namor and they're gonna be better. I don't know. I didn't really think they could win, but they won, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, it's like they're asking for trouble. It's like, yeah, let's fight them on their turf in the sea with this very small army. We've only got one plane. Like we can stand on top of it and run down the sides. That's it. Oh, and we've brought like 2 planes with us and 1 knockoff Iron Man.
Knockoff Iron
Yeah,
Man.
I'm sure they could have rustled up a bigger army than what they had.
I think they just wanted to be like the Lonely Island, and they could just be like, "I'm on a boat."
Someone's pointed out that in the comics he invades New York with an army of giant crabs, and I am now sad that did not happen.
Namor does many things. He is a great Marvel character. He is one of the first 3 Marvel characters ever created, along with the Human Torch and Captain America.
What a team that is! Two Chris Evanses and and Aquaman.
Well, it's the original Human Torch because there's 2 Human Torches. It's the original one.
Human Torch Eye.
This is the one before the Fantastic Four. There's another one. I don't really know much about that one, unless someone's going to correct me in chat. But yeah, it's not the Fantastic Four Human Torch. It's a different one. But the first 3 were Captain America, Human Torch, and Namor.
So if there's so many of them, shouldn't it be like a human candelabra?
Well, this was like before. You know how Captain America is from, fought in World War II. It's like they're all from that time. It's all set in that time. Because in the Marvel films, the original Human Torch is in one of them. I can't remember which one, but I think he's in the first Captain America film. I think, unless I'm getting that wrong, but I think he's in the first Captain America film of the MCU. I think it's in Stark's his little thing at the beginning, his display before Captain America is Captain America and the Human Torch is there.
I remember
yes,
at
the
all.
Stark Expo. Thank you.
Could not remember at all. Even though I've recently watched it.
I know Marvel stuff. I have Marvel comics. Infinity Gauntlet is a great comic.
More a manga reader myself.
So yeah, in a nutshell, I think we're getting slightly off topic.
I know we all do that. We do. That.
We do. So yeah, Black Panther. I enjoyed it. It was a good time. It's not the worst Marvel film. I still think probably the worst one is For the Dark World. It's still rating on a scale.
That and maybe Iron Man 2, 2 of my least favourites.
I enjoyed Iron Man
Really?
2.
Is Love and Thunder not in this
Oh
ranking?
yeah, that's bad. Yeah, probably those three.
No,
Yeah.
I prefer that to Dark World. Dark World was just boring. That's the worst thing a film can be. It's boring. Like, not
Okay,
so good,
yeah. I
it's
think
bad.
Dark World is worse, but Love and Thunder isn't much better.
Ragnarok's still the best one in my opinion.
I can't remember anything from Dark World.
Of the four films, yeah, it's not really got much competition. I'll say that.
It really hasn't.
Awful.
Just the first Thor film.
The only other 4 film that has a good competition is Infinity War, and that's not even a 4 film. So,
Indeed.
Poor Thor, I should say. He's not had a good track record.
Thor, he hasn't. I feel like I like him more when he's, doing his offshoot bits.
And then
when they're playing Fortnite, saying, Thor, he called me a dickhead again.
And then poor us just absolutely smashing it with Ant-Man.
Yeah. Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Next week.
I'm looking forward to it.
Are you anticipating it?
What?
Yes. I can't think of any more puns. Move on to the next section.
Anyway, all right. Have you guys got anything else you want to mention, or shall I bring up something else?
You mentioned something, Brandon. Mention something of the two
What's
things.
That?
Mention something of the two things you vaguely told us over the weeks.
Okay, so do you want me to go with the game or the film first?
The game.
That I've seen. Yes, the game.
Both to be awkward.
I thought one was a cartoon and one was a film.
No, the Witch and the 100 Knight is a video game.
Oh, I've got
It is a video game.
Oh, I've got 3 things down here. That's why I'm getting confused.
Oh, you're on about. Oh shit! Oh yeah, there's something else. I've got 3 things. That's why I was so a bit confused.
No, that's why I got confused.
Okay, yeah, we'll just go for I'll just get this video game out of the way then, because I've been really enjoying it.
Okay.
It's a game which I saw on the PS Plus thing, so I thought, oh, that looks quite interesting. The art looks quite quirky, and it's a game called The Witch and the 100 Knight. And I didn't realize that it was originally a PS3 game. It plays much better than a PS3 game. And the best way that I can describe it, or trying to sell it to you guys in one sentence, would be a lewd, crude dungeon crawler experience.
Oh,
okay, so when I say that, I mean the main character, Metalia, and some of the other I'm not very far into it. I'm only on chapter 2. But I say they're lewd in the fact, that the character design, the way they look aesthetically. The crude bit is because Metalia's got such a foul voice. I love it. Like, she's constantly swearing. She's constantly... But funny enough, of all the swear words, the only one that gets censored in the game is fuck. Like, they don't care. They don't care about the word whore, slut, bitch, or anything like that. But the only... Yeah, boo windows and naughty word. The only thing which I can't quite figure out is the fact that... the only censored word is fuck or fucking. So yeah, as I said, it's a lewd, crude dungeon crawler. So the whole prospect of this is Metalia is a swamp witch, and she has summoned the 100 Knight, who's meant to be some sort of invincible warrior, to basically expand her swamp and make her more powerful. And it later finds out that she's actually only got she's been alive for 100 or so years as a witch, but she's only got about 100 days left before she comes to the end of her lifespan.
When you said swamp, I just thought it was Shrek. Sorry.
Yeah, get out of my swamp. Except, she's just a sassy, foul-mouthed witch. But yes, gameplay-wise, like I said, it's a dungeon crawler. You kill enemies, you level up, you get loot. You can sell the loot. You can upgrade your weapons. You can upgrade your character. It's not really a skill system, but you can get what's called facet changes, where you can change like the class of your character, so you can make them more specialized. Use swords, lances, staffs. You can make it so you can use different summons in it. So there's quite a few different summons which you can use as well. I'm really enjoying the game. The music in it is very obnoxious, but I love it. So I sent you the video on the Facebook group chat where all you can hear is la 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 la. Yeah, that just plays throughout the whole thing very loud. it's got a very cool mechanic where you've got like a finite time which you can spend in each dungeon, but you can have longer in the dungeons based on your maximum health you've got, how much damage you've taken. You can actually eat the enemies and fill up your stomach with rubbish, which is a very interesting game mechanic.
Right.
It's so I don't know why that I love it to bits. It's so fun to play. Like just going through the story in it, I'm finding very engaging. The boss fights have they're all right. There's nothing like sort of I haven't really seen anything over the top amazing yet, but it's keeping me hooked. I want to basically find out more about the story about what's going to happen to Natalia after the 100 days. Does she die? There's an element of replayability to it in the fact that there are 3 different endings to it. You've got the good ending, the neutral ending, and the bad ending.
Classic.
Which is also, I'm guessing, based on the choices you can make, because you've got a choice of either accepting something, denying something, ignoring something, or questioning something. So based on these actions I'm guessing how the story develops. But I mean, if you're a fan of anime, if you're a fan of those sorts of style games, but with a dungeon crawler aspect, you'll probably enjoy it. Like I said, I did pick it up on the PlayStation Plus library. So if you've got that, pick it up, give it a go. I don't necessarily think it's going to be something along Chris's sort of line unless you just sort of ignore the lewd, crude aspect and go for the dungeon crawler experience.
How lewd is it? I think I need to know, and I think chat needs to know as well.
Okay, so to give you an idea of how lewd it is, if you go onto Google, so everyone do it with me right now. Chris, you do it. You do this live. You're going to do this with me.
Why?
Okay, go into Google, type in The Witch and the 100 Night, and then type in Natalia. Go to images.
So what's the name? The Witch.
The Witch and the 100 Night.
Gosh.
We're all doing this together.
As
Is this going to get my channel banned?
As Squiffy says, no.
I've got into incognito mode.
No, knight as in, the sword-wielding knight.
Oh, got you.
Brandon,
Right,
why do you always get us onto these topics?
And then what was the name?
Natalia. So think of Metallica, but without a C.
Oh.
No, Metalia. Like the band
Natalia.
Metallica.
Like that.
N for meat. Or... No, Metalia. Not Nutella. Metalia. Which is, right, honestly, this is actually really funny because...
I put M, and you said no.
That looks like an N. I said
It's
M.
bloody not, it's an M.
I said M for Metallica.
I typed it, you said no.
No N.
If you're not listening
Oh, it's
to
because
this live,
I've got a slight stream delay. Maybe that's why.
Brandon's
Right, if you go into
watching the
images... If you go to images...
It's only him Richard and 100 Nights Metallica. I kind of want to click that instead.
It's not Metallica, it's Metalia. Right, as I was saying, the reason why that's a funny trope is because her butler keeps calling her Leah. All right, so if you can see right there, the reason why it's lewd is because she's got like some sort of crop top, but there's no crop bit in it. It's just magically attached to her chest. And I don't understand how that works, but I'm very intrigued at how it works.
I think we get what you're looking at.
All I'm going to say is...
Yes, that's something from it, but I'm not that far. So that is a spot. I don't know who that is.
I kept seeing adverts for a witch game. And initially, when you put this on our chat saying, I'm going to talk about this, I thought it was that witch game. And then I looked at then you put the actual picture of this game and I was like, that's not the witch game I thought it was. The other one looked very cute. And it looked like a Kiki's Delivery Service game. Yeah.
No, but that's what the actual cover of the game looks like. But it's the fact that, you've got Metalia, you've got some of the other characters which have just got obscenely huge chests and disproportionate. But, if you just take that aside, all the characters in it are charming in their very own regards. It's very cool. And, you can play it in both English or Japanese depending on how you want to do it. So I'm just going to do my first playthrough in Japanese and then I'll do it all in English, just see how the voice acting is like in it. But yeah, like I said, I'm really, really enjoying it. I've never really played that much dungeon crawler games, so it's a nice sort of experience for me to go through. Story-wise, I'm loving it. Gameplay mechanics, like the actual upgrade system for weapons, I think at some point is going to get redundant. because you can just level up stuff just using your items rather than pay to upgrade your items, which is kind of pointless. It's got a karma system. You can, like I said, I'm enjoying it. If anyone wants to, give The Witch and the 100 Knight a go, I highly recommend it. It's a very nice game to turn off and just play and go through. Yeah, that's what I've been up to for most of I'm 30 hours into it at the moment. I only started it a couple of days ago.
You said you weren't that far in. You put 30 hours in.
Yeah, because I kept dying.
I'm not far in. 30 hours, though.
I'm on chapter 2. I've been really intrigued in the story.
You're on chapter 2?
And trying to figure everything out.
You put 30 hours in?
Well, I think it's about 30 hours, because I was on it for the best part of 6 hours yesterday. 6 hours the day before. Is it 30? No, 20. Make that 20. Most likely 20. Not including the time I've spent stuck on the pause menu trying to do other things at the same time.
Well, I put in like over. Well, I think I put in like 16 hours into Fire Emblem Engage, and I'm only on chapter 10 out of like 22. So, But.
Oh, sorry, slightly off topic. I didn't realize that Metalia from.
Oh my gosh.
No, honestly, this is just something which I only sort of found out recently. Have you heard of the game called Disgaea 5?
I know that word.
Yeah, so Metalia is a character in that game as well.
Is she really?
Yeah, I was just like, what is this crossover and how has it happened?
Yeah. I think of 2 reasons why she's probably in it, and I have known nothing about the plot.
Oh, is it that sort of character development?
I was on about the lore and the background story, but okay.
Oh, never mind then. I thought it was on about plot, and Dan will vouch for me what I mean by plot.
Yes. Yes. I had literally someone have a go at me because I kept sending things in regards to that plot, and since I've not sent him anything since.
Oh, come on, you got to love good plot.
He literally shouted at me over text.
Shouted by text. Everything in capitals.
So the closest I've sent him was a what was it? Oh, I've got heard the Thingy is a Girl anime. I sent a meme related to that today.
What, Tomo is a girl?
Yeah, I sent a Tomo meme, and he actually accepted it, and I was like, oh, he's quietened down now. Anyway, I watched the new Mobile Suit Gundam that came out last year. Season 2's out soon. I think it's next anime season. So, when I thought about Mobile Suit Gundam, if you think about how did you get people to like Mobile Suit Gundam in 2022 or 2023, how do you get people to how do you give it new life? You make it so instead of planets having different planets go at war with each other, you have mega companies go to war against each other.
Apple versus Microsoft?
Pretty much. And it's pretty damn interesting. And then also make sure that the 2 main characters are lesbians. There you go.
There you go. That's
winning success.
It's the extra plot right there.
This anime is absolutely incredible. And if you want to see good robot fights, well, you're definitely going to get them. I watched episode 1. No, actually, it's not even episode 1. Episode 0 at work. I finished it. I didn't even start anything else, and I just sat in the lunchroom and just stared off after watching that epic big robot fight while everyone else was just staring at their phones and giving no fucks. It was great. That's what I don't really have to say much. Good robot fights, lesbians, and it's basically his Amazon and his Apple. They're gonna try and destroy each other by using big robots. There you go.
Have they actually just based it on like giant super companies, like real super companies? Or obviously they're going to be fictional because Mobile Suit Gundam is based in the future.
they're all fictional, of course. There's
Oh,
not,
is
they're
it-
like none of them. There's not. It's not like, oh, this one's like Amazon. This one's like no. It's just like big companies, but it is essentially that.
Okay.
It's good, and season 2 is soon, so I'm happy. Anyway, we are on Twitch. Let's talk about Twitch.
Yeah, we can talk about Twitch. Oh, look.
What are we looking at?
I don't know.
That's not my dashboard.
We,
That's the wrong one.
you know, Twitch is an
Yeah,
interesting
confusing.
platform, ain't it?
It sure
Honestly, I
is.
don't know where we're going with this. When you mention something, we talk about Twitch. I'm just somewhat confused.
Well, our topic, one of the topics we have is to talk about Twitch.
What's up with Twitch? Is it broken again?
Well, it can be for you.
For me?
I don't know. Is it?
Chris, I'm confused. Is Twitch broke? Oh, Chris has somehow entered into the Matrix.
That was a bad idea. That's
a lot of Chris's. Oh my god.
Wait,
I thought I put up the I put up the Twitch page and then realised what a stupid mistake that was. It's just horrible to look at because it's just infinite me's, which nobody wants that, even me.
you like
Only have
the clones from Star Wars. They just keep cloning you.
why would anyone want to clone me? I've got anxiety coming out the roof.
Well,
Besides, I'd have to compete for my own Twitch channel. It'd be a fucking nightmare.
to be fair, I've watched I've watched enough Clone Wars to know that not every clone is the same. Some of them are stupid.
Hello. Do we have a point?
Well,
No, you said something when mentioning Twitch, so I'm very confused.
Yeah, okay, so let's clear this up again. Let's start again.
go on, Chris.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Twitch. So we thought since today we are live streaming on Twitch on my channel to be specific. You may have noticed.
Are we?
That we would just very quickly go over the platform and like our experiences with it, how we got started with it. So most people know about me because this is my show. So that helps. not the podcast. I mean, it's getting very meta. This is. Brandon, tell us about your Twitch channel and your experiences. Go.
Okay, so I picked up Twitch mainly when COVID first happened. I was just like, okay, like I'm just, can't really go out, can't really do anything, not going to work. I'm just like, okay, what sort of means is there for me to sort of get entertainment? And at the time, I was playing a game called Summoner's War. And I was just like, okay, this looks quite interesting. Like I'm watching YouTube videos and they're sort of taking clips from Twitch. I was like, okay, what is this Twitch thing? Go into Twitch, I start watching the live streams. And I'm like, oh, that's quite interesting. I mean, I've always I've done content creation back when I was at university and whatnot, so I've always sort of had that sort of a vibe about it. And then I was just like, oh, I want to build a PC. I want to do this Twitch thing. So during that Christmas, during that second lockdown of COVID, when the alpha wave started going around, and Peterborough entered into tier 3 of a lockdown on that day, I was like, oh, okay. I thought, okay, it's about time I sort of buy the parts to build a PC, build it, and, have a go at this streaming stuff. So I built my PC, and the first ever game I streamed is a game called Terraria. At the time I was... thank fuck Peterborough's gone. But yeah, at the time, I was just streaming. I didn't really know I didn't really know, who would end up wanting to watch me. And on that very first day of streaming, I actually got a viewer called Macaprov. He's my first ever viewer. And he's been, following me since and every now and then popping his head in. But it just felt so surreal, just having that first person watching you do a live stream, integrate you, talk to you. And that was just weird to think that there are people in different countries watching me play a video game live for hours. I thought, okay, that's, quite nice. And then I evolved and went into Summoner's War, more so than Terraria. And I started building up more and more of a community and getting my Twitch affiliate. So, reaching 50 followers, average of 3 viewers. I got there in the end. Built a bit of a community on the Summoner's War platform, and that was at one point I got raided by one of the big Summoners. Well, I say big, one of the most most known, like some more players. And it's my first time reaching almost 80 viewers, which was phenomenal. And then as I sort of more and more got bored of Summoner's War, I then sort of dabbled into other games. So I played Binding of Isaac, did a drinking challenge for that. We played a bit of, well, mostly what I'm playing now is Ark Knights. So I'm now more so of an Ark Knight streamer. Really built like a solid community on there, like regular subs, regular viewers on the Discord channel, got that going. And it's just been so nice just having people from Turkey, the United States, other countries around the world just watching, talking and just helping each other out. It's been fun. And obviously I still see myself doing it. I feel like I've made some nice friends doing it. Yeah, I've had a pretty nice experience of it. Like, yeah. What about you?
Dan, you go.
I don't stream on Twitch. All I do is occasionally watch people on Twitch, and that's a big occasionally. And then sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, this person did a thing, and then I'll watch some of their bit of their video and be like, oh, that's entertaining, and then I'll click off. I don't know.
Do you have a favorite streamer?
It used to be Shady Penguin, but he doesn't stream as much these days. He used to do a whole load of competitive Pokemon and competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. So I used to watch a whole load of that, and he used to do Nuzlocke. So he did he's like proper going through. It must have been like over a year ago or two. He was going through Pokemon Radical Red, which is a Pokemon Fire Red ROM hack, which is like very far harder than normal Fire Red, and it was really fun watching him do that. I always find Shady Penguin really fun and enjoyable to watch, even if it's just his old Let's Plays on YouTube, which is how I found out about him. Yeah, I've always enjoyed his content, and yeah. Well, the thing is, he's like, I don't know what time he streams, but it's never at a time I can watch, so it's just what it is. Otherwise, it's just odd streamers that I watch whenever. I follow loads, but I don't watch most of them. I'm like, oh, I'll follow them and watch it at some point, and then I'm doing other things, and then I forget. I don't know. I want to watch more on Twitch, but sometimes I'm like, I'm just gonna play a game, or I'm gonna watch some anime, or watch a show, or I just do something else. But I do enjoy Twitch. I just do other things.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was just going to say, like, when I was mainly like during that lockdown, when I was like really sort of heavily into Summoners War, that's when I used to like get really into it. Like, whenever like the esports side of it came out, I was always watching the esports like Twitch people. But then like once they stopped doing it, that's when sort of my interest in watching, because there's only like a select few people on Twitch who I would like. My favorite used to be Taki. Like, I would always watch his stuff whenever he streamed. Like, I was one of the few people, like, half an hour, not half an hour, but half a minute after I see that notification, I'm just like, I'm there. I like want to be like one of the first people there, but I don't know. I just don't really do it that much anymore. Like, race to see streams.
Who called me who's saying Aaron simp? Wait, what?
You're catching up on chat now.
Well, the only respect I have is that she knows how to play people.
Yeah.
She's very clever, and she knows how to play people.
Mark,
she knows exactly what she's doing. People play into her hands.
Yeah.
She is clever.
She's the anti-Logan Paul.
She doesn't rack all that money up for not being clever. She knows what she's doing. I don't watch it. I have no interest, but she is clever.
No.
I watched one just to find out what all the hubbub was about, and I don't understand it.
And you were there for 20 hours.
No, honestly, I don't understand it. She wasn't even on the screen. I just saw this empty bathtub.
It's like, oh, look, tits, whatever, I don't give a fuck.
You got to pay empty to see the full packed up.
I ain't paying for shit.
I'd rather see Weldy speedrun something. Way more interesting. And he knows
Worldy
it.
watching for the plot.
How much would would chat be willing to pay for Brandon bathwater?
Well, you make me do like the Bella Delphine thing of selling my bathwater.
That's the stuff, yeah.
I'll sell
that was
it
the thing that happened.
I'll do a sub for some of my shower water, and I'll try
Used
not
to
to
be
get into it.
Now it's Prime. That's the liquid of everyone's choice.
It's
I've got to
liquid
say
what?
this. I have you seen that Prime drink, Dan? No, it's like fucking everywhere on like
No.
social media.
Oh yeah,
I
I've
saw
seen
it
it.
all over social media. I was like, I don't get it.
Yeah. So here's a little home truth for people at home. If you think paying for the nose for a bottle of shit energy drink is a good use of your money, you should not be allowed money. Period. These drinks are like going for like triple figures.
Are they really?
Yeah, people are stupid.
Why? It's just a fucking drink.
Yeah, it is. It's not even a good drink from what I can gather. It's just generic energy drink.
I don't drink energy drinks.
No,
I don't really got more
Kids
to drink
confuse
any
me.
drinks anymore, unless I'll drink like a Lucozade juice if I'm going like badminton or something. But I won't go out my way to like drink relentless as I used to do at university. Gives me the shits now.
Oh, Squiffy in chat has said that one of his favourite Twitch channels to watch is Critical Role.
Yep, Critical Role's great.
Which...
Yep, I watch. Well, I don't watch it. I listen to it, but it's great. I'm dying over here. Sorry, my.
Can you not die? We're live. Do it.
Don't get us like thrown off on the first live stream. Breaking news: Dan does not survive live stream.
No, Critical Role's really good. I know one of my mates. He. I will not die. I will not die live. No. One of my mates. He subscribes to Critical Role because every time I see him and I talk about Critical Role with him, I'm like, oh, I've just gone listen to this episode. He's like, I'm on the one before. I'm like, all right. I don't watch it. I find it easier to listen to it, but it's good.
He's actually typing should Dan die on stream.
I'm alive and well.
But we'll end up in like some sort of like top fives documentary or something like that.
Nearly 29-year-old dies on stream for the first time he is alive.
Well, because if you think of other time that content creators have ended up on the news, like do you remember? Like you probably know him, the YouTube channel TGF Bro. I might have spoken about him before on the podcast, but they did like a prank where they wanted to like cement their head into a microwave, and they cemented their head into a microwave and then couldn't get the microwave off the head, so they had to call up the fire and the ambulance out to get this microwave off the head, and they actually got onto the news for saying content creator nearly dies making a prank video.
This sounds as bad as that video I watched where this guy drank bleach and then he vomited blood, and I'm like, well, what do you think? What did you think would happen?
Exactly. Like, it's also like all of their stupid like challenges. Because I heard about the Tide Pod challenge, I had no idea what it was about until people were saying like, "Oh my kids are going to hospital because they've had like a Tide Pod." I'm just like, what happened to the days where we could just watch Jackass on TV and just not do it? Like, why do people have to get like completely warned?
Dear.
Yeah, so Chris, you haven't actually told us about your Twitch experience.
No, as I say, it's a little weird because it's on my channel, but I suppose as far as it goes, when I started up, I during lockdown. It's about April, so like it was 9th of May. I started streaming. I wanted to do a 24-hour sort of charity gaming marathon while we're in lockdown, because it's not like I was going anywhere or doing anything. And it's something I wanted to do for a while. So I figured, well, how do I go about that? So I set up like the Macmillan charity page. And then I think, well, what do I do now? Do I do YouTube? Do I do Facebook? Do I do Twitch? So I just decided on Twitch. Don't really know why I landed on that one. I think it's just, it was like more set up for like just giving. It was like the easiest thing to do. So I was just like, all right, I'll just do it with Twitch then. So I ended up doing Dark Souls 2 with only a shield for 24 hours straight. And as Squiffy says, there was a lot of brown because he was there.
I remember watching most of it. I think the only time I didn't watch was when I was asleep. Other than that, I think I pretty much watched the majority of it.
Yeah, I had a fair few people watching all day, including a couple of people who even said like they've kept acid to stay up so they could keep me company throughout all the night. Which, to be fair, they did. Also, it's probably best to watch my streams on some kind of chemical to keep you going. You might gel with my humour then if you're off your tits. It might make more sense. Because fuck knows what I go on about normally. Things just fall out of my mouth. Like, I do not plan ahead about what I'm going to say. There's no script or anything, which I think a lot of people don't. I think some people like actually sort of mentally prepare for their shows and whatnot, and like have some bullet points to talk about. I don't. I literally just hit the go live button, and what happens, happens. Things just fall out of my mouth. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're disturbing, mostly the latter. And other times people go, what the fuck's he on about? And why is he mumbling so much? We can't hear shit. Also, turn the game volume up. Also, your bit rate's down. Also, you're crap. Have you tried not being shit at everything? But I still have fun, and that's what matters. So, yeah. So after my initial 24-hour stream, I was just like, yeah, I quite enjoyed that. Now what? Oh, I'm still stuck at home because of the no virus. So, okay, I'll do another one. I'll give it a couple of days to like recuperate. And it's like, yeah, I'm going to stream Resident Evil because that's like Resident Evil 3 because that's just come out. And I want to play it. And I played it. And I was still enjoying myself. Then I got raided, which confused the fuck out of me because I had no idea what that was. Because I didn't know any Twitch terminology. I didn't know anyone that streamed. I hadn't watched any streams. Nothing. I don't know. I was just streaming on a PS4. Didn't know anything. So everything I've learned through Twitch, I've done off my own back. I've learned things, Googled things, tried to learn everything through like OBS on my own. And I think I've done an okay job. I try to help others where I can, and like give them a nudge and help. Because I kind of like doing it as a sort of hobby. Like when somebody else starts out streaming, and I like jumping on like, oh, you should do this, you should do this. It's like, I'll help you out. I like kind of hijack it for them. It's like, but I like to think I'm looking out for them and like their best interest. If I'm thinking like some of my favorite streamers to watch, obviously we've mentioned Weldy Time. I really like watching Weldy.
Who doesn't?
I like watching Arab. So yeah.
Who doesn't enjoy watching Weldy?
I'm about to say that. Don't let him know.
The fact that he's got Weldy in his name, there you go.
Your point is?
I don't know, it's cool.
It is cool. It is cool.
I like his name,
Yeah.
it's cool.
His name is cool. Everyone's name is Twitch is cool. Arab was cool. Sardark was alright. He's there, I suppose.
Mine's to play on words. I like it.
Yes, Chaotic Clumsy is great. I really enjoyed streaming with her when like I think that's like 2 years ago getting on. I like to stream with her. When we used to do like Gears of War co-op. That was a lot of fun. But obviously we went back to work and that kind of knackered that really. And we finished all the Gears games, apart from Judgment. But she didn't like that one. So I don't know why. I think it's just the same as the others, as far as gameplay is concerned.
Oh.
I don't know. So everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and everyone's entitled to my opinion. That's why you're listening. Hi, folks. Yeah. So I do find myself like not having time to watch a lot of Twitch as much as I want to. I'm like part of a small streamer Discord, and I try and support and help in and pop in and raid over whenever I can. But normally it's for a very brief amount of time. It's like literally like 10, 15 minutes while I'm waiting for something.
I got kicked off that Discord channel.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you not post any?
I know, because I was too busy.
Yeah, no, fair enough. No, that's it. You sort of get what you put in, really. So, yeah, I'd still try and do it. Oh, my brain's gone.
Sorry, I'm just watching that floating piece of heart-shaped lamb or ham.
Oh, the heart-shaped ham.
Yeah, the heart-shaped ham.
That's one of my favourite Nirvana songs. Though. I because obviously we've gone back to work, my hours keep increasing. I don't have much time to watch things. The prime time for me to watch something is like after I finish my streams about 11 o'clock to like midnight before I start work again. But yeah, that's about it really. Sometimes Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday nights, if I finish work and get home at a reasonable-ish time, I might drop in for a little bit if I haven't got work or dinner to sort out. But yeah, I do watch so many guys across the pond. The problem with watching American streamers for us is they are normally on quite late for UK time. So they normally get going, they're on like 1, 2 in the morning. It's like, yeah. It's like, oh, I'll pop in for a bit. And on my brain's going, I really should be going to bed. But, oh no, I appear to have typed hello in chat. And I guess I'm here for at least half an hour.
It's like, I would watch the Trash Taste stuff on Twitch, but like it starts, I basically do a couple hours of work, and then it's like Trash Taster streaming. I'm like, I've got like 6 hours left of work. I can't just stop and watch this on Twitch. So, you know, otherwise I'll definitely watch Trash Taste on Twitch. But
yeah, I'd like to be able to.
They're like streaming wherever they are at whatever time it is in Japan. So there you go. But yeah,
Australia is a weird one to sort of watch because they're like way ahead of us.
nearly 12 hours.
I've seen one Australian streamer, Lucky Madman, when he used to do Summoners War stuff. So that
occasionally,
again, was just an off chance.
Occasionally, I catch Drifter's broadcast. He streams at like odd times, right? There's the time difference, and he's a good chap.
You live alone in a massive fucking house, so you like to have Twitch on in the background so you feel less lonely. Nah. To be fair, I used to do that. Like, if I was like playing on my iPad playing games, I'd have just Twitch on as well. Just as someone talking in real life, so it feels like I can just quickly communicate to people. But so yeah, I can sort of relate to that.
To be fair, I know, like some people do. I know it's not Twitch, but some people go like live on YouTube. I know when the newest map for Bloons Tower Defense 6 came out. The guy, one of the biggest Bloons Tower Defense streamers, he was on, I think, on YouTube, and I was like, oh, hi. And then he was like, oh, and then it was quite nice. I asked him a question. It was like, yeah, there you go. It's quite nice. Yeah. But it's you know, I'm sure as it's always been, as it's been today, it's nice when you have your audience interact with you.
Yeah, it's made a nice change. I must say though,
I'm such an idiot. People just like roast the hell out of me when I do stupid stuff. I mean, it's just funny.
All right. Well, I think the worst thing about starting and not getting into Twitch during COVID is that there were a lot of other streamers that started up at the same time.
Yes.
They're very alone, and a lot of them just don't stream anymore, and that's just a shame because I made like some real connections, like proper like actual friends with people I haven't met, like. And they just don't stream anymore because of life gets in the way. I'm still holding out hope that some of them will come back. I'm thinking channels like Crazy Pants Plays, Loracle, Omega Pirate. These are all channels that like when I first started are really supportive and some of just good people. I didn't know them personally, but I've obviously sort of felt like I got to know them over time. And I keep thinking, oh, maybe that'll come back. Like they've hinted like they will do at some point. Because I don't want to like chuck in the towel indefinitely. Maybe one day. It says New Zealand's another one that's 12 hours ahead of UK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know any New Zealand streamers or anything. I don't even think I know any New Zealand content creators in general.
I watched one chap who's in like Bangladesh. There's another one in Singapore I watch.
Yeah, Singapore, where they all speak English.
Hey, Weldy with a bit ears. Thank you, my dude. You gotta go feed the kids. Thank you very much for Weldy. Yeah, so you'll be able to listen to this when it's been heavily edited later on.
Indeed.
Thank you, Weldy. That's much appreciated, my man. Yeah, everyone go and follow Worldy Time. This is officially part of the episode now. He's given us money. I wasn't supposed to say that bit. All right. So we said some like positive stuff about Twitch, like what we like. Now, I think we should take it the other way. So, and this is a question for chat as well. It's fine, Wildy. Sorry. What do streamers do that absolutely annoy you? And I know I'm going to be guilty of some of these.
What do streamers do that annoy me?
Yeah, it's like for me, it's like when they ignore the audience, like they just don't they chat's going off and like not like a million miles an hour, but they're just like not paying attention, or like they give like bits and subs and they just don't even respond or anything like that. I've seen a few people do that, and I was like, oh no.
I'd say for me, it's like as some Twitch channels get bigger, obviously, you know, there comes a point where they can't keep up with the chat, and I appreciate that, but they sort of lose that sort of personal touch, where only like the premium payers who basically like sub or have been like long-term subs or have VIPs and stuff become like the only people they interact with. Or the other thing which irritates me as well, like we've touched base on it already, like, you know, the ones who just do bathtub streams and are just like predatory on like teenage boys. Or like just the adult male population in general. Like there's OnlyFans for that. I don't want to see it sort of everywhere, like splashed around on Twitch. I mean, I know it's good in terms of Twitch revenue because Twitch take like a 50 or 30 to 50% cut of like old stuff, but it's just not pleasant just to see it sort of plastered everywhere. But for me, I'd guess it's like the obnoxious, obnoxiousness.
You can do it, Bram.
Obnoxiousness, is that a word?
Obnoxiousness.
Obnoxiousness of like, obviously as Twitch people get bigger and they sort of lose touch with their viewers. Because it is sad to see, but it is. I guess it's just some sort of unfortunate problem which hasn't obviously forgetting all like the older viewers they've had and whatnot.
Yeah, what Squiffy's just put in the chat, I completely agree. So he's saying he likes to lurk and he hates it when you follow or come into a stream, and then the person goes, "Oh hi, I had this where I think it was just this cosplay." Girl, and I just joined in. I was like, I wonder what they sound like, and then it wasn't even that long. They went, "Oh hi," and then said my username. I was like, right, I'm backing out straight away.
Oh, what is it when they have like a lot of viewers or very few?
I don't know. I literally just jumped in and instantly were like, "Oh hi," and I was like, "What? I don't really want you." As soon as I jump into a stream, you to say my name. I don't like that. If I follow you or like put a sub, yeah, fair enough. But if I'm just jumping into a stream, no, please don't.
I was gonna say, like, if you follow, like from a streamer's point of view, like you can't not say hello because you can't gauge it. It's like if you don't know who they are, if they pop in chat and drop your follow, you got to say like. Thanks, at least.
No, maybe not. I don't. Maybe not follow. I mean, I think I just jumped in, like the first time ever, no follow or anything, and instantly were like, "Oh hi," and I was like, "What? I haven't done anything except jump into your stream, and you're instantly saying hello. I've not. I don't. I just want to lurk. I don't want to. So."
You don't want to chat, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know when people say, "Oh, we're gonna lurk," and they continue to ask questions. Yeah, I get that people are busy. Sometimes, like if I watch somebody though, I kind of do want to interact a bit. That's just me though. If I'm in a state where I can lurk, then I probably just won't watch anything.
I think it was like in that person I went on, I just wanted to lurk. I didn't really want to interact. But whereas it like. When I used to watch Shady Penguin a lot, I did try and interact, but as you're saying, he had so many people watching, he couldn't keep up, and he would only really interact with people who had like followed him for so long, he didn't recognise those names. So you know but I tried my best to interact, and there'd be questions in the chat from other people, and I respond to them and be like, oh, they would ask a question and I'd answer them for their own benefit. You know, there's just so many people, and if I could help them without, you know, the Shady Penguin, you know, deal not as if it's a problem, but you know, he's probably going to miss that question. Like if I can answer that question for them, yeah, I'll do that.
I think from a student's point of view, like when it's quiet, if no one's chatting away, I'm fine with lurkers. I had long periods of time where nobody's saying everything, and that's perfectly fine. Although I just personally prefer it when there is chat going on.
Oh yeah,
like, there's a bit of back and forth. I just think it makes the show better because I've got something to bounce off or ask questions with. So yeah, sometimes I'm like very conscious of dead air. I don't like silence. Like I want something going on. Because I think what's the point anyway? It's like having a radio show is nothing.
Like actually, when I went into this stream and then instantly they were like saying oh hi without any like there were people talking. It wasn't like it was dead. There were people interacting, but it was just like I just jumped. It was as if you just I don't know. It was as if you just find a random whoever on Twitch. Just jumped in and instantly it's like, oh hi, it's like, whoa, wait. I've only had like less than 10 seconds and you've already going interacting. If I wanted to just lurk for a moment before I do anything, can I just do that? I don't know. But I think I'm having like one instance that I've had that and it was so jarring. I was like, no, I don't really want that. Yeah.
So that's that. Is there anything else that gets you goat? Obviously, I would say my main one is like when they just like flat out ignore chat. It's like these people are giving you money and you're just not acknowing it. So,
yeah, I suppose I'm more along those lines. Again, like as Twitch streamers get bigger, like they don't even acknowledge subs. So like you can just see like their sub count going up, and they're just like, oh, it's only like another £2.50. Don't care. It's only £2.50. Whereas I'm just like, oh my god, someone just subbed. That's now 3 subs I've got. Holy cow! Like you just lose that touch. Oh yeah, the beggars. I've seen a couple beggars before.
On the flip side, yeah, I do it jokingly. I never intend anyone to give me money. Obviously, I'll quite happily take it because it all goes towards this
famous Twitch clip of that girl like complaining that she got no donations or subs or stuff.
I've seen like cringe posts like that saying, "Oh, I need like 4 laptops. So I've got this one for typing, this one for sending messages, this time for receiving messages." Oh, fuck off! It's supposed to me, ironically. I totally believe you.
Well, there's something I don't like about Twitch. There's these 2 streamers. I can't remember what their names are. But one's Skinbacker, one's Maggie Random. No, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, those trash streamers.
Oh,
I'm a prick, to be fair.
And we love you for it.
An idiot.
No. I don't really have any complaints, to be honest. I don't think I use the platform enough as you two. I think you would have far more than me.
Mm-hmm. I'd say I've got a little bit of a filter. Like I sort of like know when to rein it in a bit, but I will try and say anything to make people laugh or get a rise out of people.
Oh, I just go over the top.
Yeah, I know. I know for a fact I've lost followers because of it, because I've said something is like, yeah, they didn't like that.
Yeah, that happened to me as well before, and I don't care.
Okay, I think it was funny. It's like stop following a comedy like halfway through a series because you didn't like one joke they made.
Yeah, I mean, I strap people in for the ride like as soon as like they know what they're in for. I'm not gonna change the way I am because all of a sudden people are just offended by the real me.
It's live; anything can happen, especially if it's like especially if it's you're playing something that's unpredictable. You don't know what's coming. Things fall out your mouth.
Oh, plenty of things that fell out of my mouth. Obviously, I've been good and not said like the absolute worst of the worst. I will admit I've never said the worst of the worst.
No, I've never said any like actual slurs or anything.
Yeah, I've never said any slurs.
What I will say though is like when people like not in a bad way, but when people say when you've been like rattling on talking and somebody brings up a point about something you said, and then you're thinking, "What did I say? That was like 2 minutes ago. I can't remember what I just said. What are you referring to?" Yeah, I do think that I do get that on occasion. It's like then I have to like wrap my brains. It's like, what did I literally just say 30 seconds ago?
Oh, that just gets memed into me because I can just read something or say something, and I can be like, "Oh yeah, I'll definitely do that." And then 5 seconds later, I didn't do it, and my chat was just like, "You fucking idiot! You just literally said you're going to do this." I'm just like, "Ugh, goldfish memory. I don't understand this stuff."
Or if you rattle off several questions in like a short space of time, and someone responds, and then you're like not sure which question they're answering. That happens. It's like, oh, you want about this game? You want about that game?
Have you guys got any other sort of bigger topics to discuss
Nope.
today? You got anything, Chris? Because I've got two more I can mention.
You go for it, mate. So I was laughing at what Scriffy's written.
Always a laugh with Squiffy.
Oh, that's a good mate.
Okay, so if we just go back onto sort of, the topical stuff of what we've been up to, I've been browsing Netflix. I've actually been making the most of my Netflix subscription, oddly enough.
Before you become
and I've seen a film and a TV series.
Ooh.
Because obviously you both know me. I don't watch anything other than manga and anime. I don't play anything other than
manga.
Yeah, I watch manga. I watch it on my phone.
You watch
I look
manga
at the pictures.
and read anime.
Weird, because I read the subtitles.
Oh, true. Yeah.
But yeah, so fucking weird bullshit. We'll get the fuck out. Exactly. I have to go full on, aren't I?
Brandon.
What?
No, just joking. Just carry on.
So like I said, usually I watch anime and read manga, but I've actually watched stuff. Right, obviously the first one I'm going to mention is borderline anime, and it's a little TV series called Bee and Puppy Cat. I'm only about 5 episodes into it, and it's 16 episodes long, so it's all early days in it, and it is so cute and charming. Like, I think the best way I can sort of describe it, because obviously at first you described it as something like Steven Universe. I've not seen Steven Universe. I'd say the closest thing which I could somewhat loosely relate it to, maybe Rick and Morty, in the fact that Bee and Puppy Cat are this duo. In every episode, like, Bee is just short on money and just needs to go like do a quick job, like a temp job, to get some money. And that's in terms of like the aspect of Rick and Morty, how they go forth and backwards in time and whatnot. But one of the other main characters, Puppy Cat, the voice acting of Puppy Cat is so unique, and it is literally just grabbed me, and I freaking love it. Like, the comedy in it is amazing. The relationships between Bee and Puppy Cat is so funny. The world building, just all of the sort of like the micro characters and the environment that's building up in it is so cool and cute. Like, I recommend anyone right now, if you go onto YouTube and type in Puppy Cat and just listen to how they've done the voice acting for Puppy Cat, it's phenomenal. Because the way you got
Brandon, can you just quickly show me on the doll where the show grabbed you?
Oh, it grabbed me by the nipple tapes.
Solid answer.
Yeah, honestly, everyone just go onto YouTube and just type in Puppy Cat and just listen to like an excerpt of Puppy Cat talking, because it's like in this computerized voice. Honestly, it's something else. Like, he'll talk and be like beep boop. Like, it's not like beeps and boops. It's honestly, you just have to do it. It's so
7 fucking minutes. I'm not picking that.
Right, every time Puppy Cat talks, yeah, that one will probably be... Wait, 2009? No, that's not it.
Yeah?
Wait, what?
That's what it says.
That can't be. That's from 8 years ago. I swear to God, Bee and Puppy Cat's only come onto Netflix like last year.
Yeah.
All things are going back like 4 years.
This can't be right.
Dan, you're going to have to edit this bit later. You're going to cut this bit out. But
I'm so confused.
For the benefit of our live audience, this is Bee and Puppy Cat, apparently.
Well, they might have got the rights. Okay, that might be a thing. But if you watch the Netflix version and just listen to Puppy Cat talk, it's so... But that's not Puppy Cat.
Brilliant.
That's definitely not Puppy Cat. That's a dude with a mohawk. I don't know that, because I can't hear it, but
What the fuck am I looking at?
Yeah, that's roughly what Poppycat is like. But yeah, I can't tell from your stream, but it is such a unique voice acting.
I don't want to know. I think I've had enough.
I didn't hear any of it, so.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything. But if you go onto like Netflix and just have like listen to an XL to be in Poppycat, it's such a unique voice acting.
I heard it, and yeah, I see what you mean.
It's hooked me. There's something about it which is so charming.
I want to set it on fire.
It was like the whoop, whoop, whoop. Like, it's hard to explain.
Yeah, that's what it was. We heard, chat heard, for better or worse.
But honestly, I highly recommend you watch Being Puppycat if you just like a cynical 16 episodes. Like each episode's like 25 minutes, 26 minutes long, and it was I'm enjoying it. It's very fun and cute. And the second thing I watched on the complete polar opposite is I'd like to call it a budget Harry Potter, mixed with a bit of Narnia.
Funny that Hogwarts Legacy's out today. Ooh.
I know. And it is not a school. It's a film called The School for the Good and the Evil. And it is a film about, two rival schools which the whole purpose is to not breed, but brew the next generation of heroes and villains. So the heroes will go to hero school and the evils will train in evil school. So you'll have characters like Prince Charming's son or Captain Hook's son in the evil school. And you sort of start off with these two girls in this village. That typical blonde princessy type character. And the other person, the dark-haired, more outgoing-y person. And obviously the blonde-haired princessy one wants to go to the School of the Good. And then the one dark-haired one is like, no, we shouldn't go to these schools. Let's just go back to our village and just be how things should be. And then obviously the whole idea of it is just sort of evolving of the heroes and villain tropes. But they did like a spin of it where the one who's more princessy goes more villainy and just wants to prove to the world that she's actually good, but in turn becomes more villainy. And then the one who got eyed up as the villain because she's not exactly as attractive as the blonde-haired one gets seen as the villain, but gradually becomes the good one. I mean, in terms of prospects like that, it was quite interesting. But the CGI in it was quite jank. The ending was a bit jank. The animation was a bit jank. The prop design was jank. I guess it's just a janky film. It was a nice sort of a good, I enjoyed like my 2.5 hour experience of it. It was, something nice to watch. But I guess it's sort of just lacked by really lackluster acting, and it seemed almost just like a film which fresh university graduates maybe put together. Like it was something, it was pleasant to watch, but I wouldn't exactly rate it super high. But I mean, if you like your typical like hero villains and fairy tale like things, decent watch. But I can't really tell everyone, say yes, you have to go watch it, and it's an amazing film. You might watch it on stream for giggles.
I know we got onto Harry Potter, and then
I know I was just reading that,
and then he mentioned Brennan Lee Mulligan, and I'm like, oh, that man is great. Everything he says is great. He begins to speak, and you just like, oh,
we just start transcending.
Oh, Brennan's great. He was on the when Critical Role did a Elden Ring Let's one shot. He was on it, and he was incredible. So, yeah. Yes, I know Hogwarts Legacy's out today, and I did put it in the chat, but Hero from Smash Ultimate has more spells than you can learn in Hogwarts Legacy.
Is it that bad? Like, you can't really do much?
Well, I think that's ridiculous. The fact that a character in a fighting game has more spells that he can use than your player character in Hogwarts Legacy, which is a game about magic and wizards. That's ridiculous. That's stupid.
Let's say Hogwarts Legacy release date 10th of Feb on Steam. I mean, it's been such an anticipated game, but I've just really hoped that it doesn't, like, it's going to be janky when it first comes out. Everyone can sort of understand that, but I just really hope that it doesn't sort of trample on the dreams of a lot of people, because so many people have been looking forward to this game.
I haven't.
No, but I know like a lot of people from the Harry Potter community have been really looking forward to the game.
And a lot of people that haven't. So,
I think if any of us is going to play it, it's probably going to be you, Brandon.
It'll probably be me, yeah.
I've had a few people message me and go, "Oh, you're going to get Hogwarts Legacy?" And I went, "No."
But I'm not going to buy it. I'll play for it. I'll play it if I just happen to borrow it.
I'll have 60 hours more fun in Fire Emblem Engage than Hogwarts Legacy.
Well, I've just had a weeb cat in here for a few seconds, and that's more exposure than that wizard stuff.
Leave puppy cat. Puppy cat is cute.
I'm going to watch RoboCop so hard. I need to watch the most macho thing ever now. I'm going to stick all of the Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Rocky 4, there you go.
There we go. Rocky 4 will be fine.
If he dies, he dies.
Discworld Legacy. That's what we need. We need this world sort of action point and click RPG first person shooter tactical turn based.
A Discworld
puzzle game.
No, a Discworld first person shooter would be very interesting.
It would.
I don't know what that would be for Discworld, but yes.
It'll be fun.
It'll be fun to find out what this is about.
Do you not know what Discworld is?
Nope.
I'm ignorant to Discworld, and I know what it is. Let's play the PS1 game.
Never heard of it.
It's a book series by Terry Pratchett.
Oh, okay. Does it mean anything to me?
One of the books is literally based off his experience playing, I think it's Oblivion. Like when Oblivion came out, he had I can't remember the whole story, but I know one of his books is influenced by Oblivion, and I think while he was playing it, he had like a pen pal with this girl, and I think one of the books is dedicated to her. I maybe I'm getting that wrong, but it's something like that.
The series began in 1983.
It's older than me.
The Colour of Magic is the first book.
Yeah.
I admit I've never actually read one all the way through.
One.
I have listened to the audiobook of Guards when I did the Discworld game, which admittedly I have quite fond memories of, and it is a good game. And but Guards is quite funny. I did enjoy it, but I don't read that many books anymore. I just don't have the time. But I would consider giving them a go. I did try to read some when I was younger, but I just think it went a bit over my head and I didn't quite get it. But I think if I read them now as older, I'll get all the nuances from it.
That's it. I'm spent on stuff. I've not done anything else other than everything I've mentioned.
Well, I could always mention more stuff, but it's getting late. The sun's getting real low.
We've got 8 minutes left on stream, chaps. If you all right, I'll tell you what. We'll open this up to chat. Chat, ask us questions.
Ask us questions. Fire away.
Quick Q&A about the series. Go.
Rate Amaranth. Fuck off. No.
Rate Amaranth. No. I won't be raiding anyone tonight because I've got like raids and everything turned off for the stream. So I've kept this to like minimum. So once this is over, we'll be gone.
If you've got any burning questions which you would want us to answer, it could be literally anything game related, TV related, book related.
Yeah, anything about shows, movies. Knock yourself off.
What's my favourite brown sauce? HP. Next question.
Yeah, HP. I don't have much experience in brown sauce.
Neither.
But I do like HP. I suppose like off-brand brown sauce, whatever they put in it at the cob shop is fine. So long as it's brown flavour, that's the important thing. Oh yeah, Daddy's is the. I mean, it's the king, isn't it? It's
actually on the topic of brands of sauce and stuff. Is it just me? But you know, like if you go to a chippy, the vinegar there just hits different.
That's because it's not vinegar.
What is it?
It is a certain type of alkaline. I forget the chemical compound on it. There is a fantastic Tom Scott video that tells you all about it. It's arabic acid and brown. That's the stuff.
Acetic acid.
Notice,
I would have thought it would have been acetic acid because acetic acid is the actual main ingredient of vinegar.
But it's not vinegar. That's the thing. They if you go into a fish and chip shop, they shouldn't be advertising it as vinegar. They will do if they're like selling the bottles, like the little red bottles. That's fine. But the stuff that they use, they can't do. The main reason is because, as you may know, being a chemist, vinegar, especially undiluted, is incredibly caustic. So just for safety reasons, they don't use proper vinegar.
Really? I thought.
I'm going to have to link you a Tom Scott video on Discord after this.
I would have thought about Tom Scott. I forgot to. Because I didn't know he would have had a video on it.
Yeah, it's a couple of years ago. It's actually the first video of his I watched, and it's only like 2 minutes. So I was like, that's bloody interesting. Vinegar. Fish and chip shop is a lie. It's not vinegar. So every time they say, would you like salt and vinegar, they're
can I have salt and acetic acid in brown, please?
Yeah, it just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
Well, fire away, more questions. We've got 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Any games, any suggestions, anything?
Where would you get some motorcycle glasses from?
Say again?
Where would you suggest he get some motorcycle glasses from? Charity shop.
Harley Davidson.
If you get them from a charity shop secondhand, probably there for a reason.
Could you get some from like I don't know, name an anime website where you can buy merchandise stuff? Because if you want to get motorcycle glasses, you want like really pointy ones, like they have
Akira ones. Get Akira ones.
Yeah, get those ones. They're pretty iconic.
Or go steampunk.
Or get Captain Falcon's helmet instead.
Captain Falcon's helmet. Or you can just wear like a Samus motorcycle helmet.
Oh, is Avatar The Last Airbender an anime?
No, it's a cartoon.
Yeah, it's Western produced, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Western produced, which makes it a cartoon.
Yeah, well, I suppose that one's easy. I'd probably say
Rick and Morty an anime? No, it's a cartoon.
No, it's a cartoon.
Exactly.
Explains why it's so good. It's less weeby.
I like the weeby stuff. It's much better.
It is so good, though. Squiffy is right. It is a goat. It's great.
Avatar's never interested me.
Is James Cameron's Avatar an anime?
No.
We're saying that about Avatar. No. I do like Shaolin Showdown.
I like Takeshi's Castle, but I don't think that's an anime.
Oh, that was an amazing anime.
Robot Wars is a great anime.
That is basically an anime. It's basically Gundam, but meets the West.
Yeah, Futurama was a good anime. I could just keep going.
I actually watched The Simpsons last weekend.
This is great. I like the bits that were funny, which is most of it, up to series 10.
I was watching it was the episode where Homer eats the poison fish.
Oh, Fugu.
Yeah, has the and he only has a few bits to live.
That's like the first series, isn't it?
Yeah, I was watching those but Maggie was still there, which was weird because I thought Maggie wasn't in the first season.
Yeah, she's still very much there, being a baby.
Well, I thought wasn't there a season where Maggie just wasn't in it.
No.
Nope.
I swear there was.
No.
She got kidnapped in the Konami arcade game. They got her back. She's always been
I'm losing the plot. I swear there's some sort of butterfly effect going on here. I swear to God. Or Mandela effect, not butterfly effect. I thought there was like a whole string of episodes where just Maggie just didn't exist.
No. There's a whole load of episodes where Brian was dead in Family Guy.
Yeah, he stayed dead for like 2 episodes.
And then everyone went back.
The cowards.
And then
at least when Seraph killed off Kenny, they kept him off through like the
at least they actually followed through and just kept Kenny off and just replaced him with Timmy and Butters.
Yeah, well, they wanted to experiment a bit more, and they thought like the joke was played out with him dying. But now they still do it, but he just doesn't die as frequently.
I don't know. I quite like the early days of South Park where he just died every episode. Like, I found it like quite amusing. Like, how many different ways can they come up with Kenny dying?
Oh, it's just great. Like that. When I was watching it when I was a kid, I was like, it's like the highlight. Like you go into a new episode and it's like, oh, I wonder how Kenny's going to die in this one. It's like, I'm looking forward to it. Another question: Has there ever been a better biopic than a Weird Al movie?
Not seen it.
I did a review on it a couple of episodes ago. No, is the answer. Yeah, no, I really like that film. I'm going to watch that again. I want to get that on Blu-ray. Such dope. Such much. Yes, I approve. One could even say, it's fine.
It is fine. It's on Game Pass.
All right. I think we've got time for one more question.
I'm going to see if I can think of one as well. If I've got any like interesting ones. Nope, can't think.
No.
I'm burnt out. I ran out of cup of tea.
I've got to read this one out in full. My cat. I'll do it in a more posher tone of voice. No real reason, but I think it might be funny. I say, my cat has shit on the floor, and I've just closed the door, and I'm hoping it solves itself. My question is, can you get me a Coke?
First, I need to know where you live.
It's a bit of a walk from here, but yeah, sure. At least with the temperature being where you are, the Coke should be cold by the time I got there, if not frozen solid. So
I think that sort of logic that Squiffy's doing there is pretty much my attitude, like the attitude of some of my people at work, where if there's a problem, if you just ignore it, maybe it fixes itself. Maybe the people who work there just happen to fix it by chance, but no. If you don't ignore it, it's not going to solve itself. I mean, if you ignore it, it's not going to solve itself. Unless it's my machine I look after. Somehow that did sort itself out, and it actually freaked me the hell out. It was very weird. Like my machine got stuck in an endless loop of picking things up and putting it down and getting stuck. But then it just magically sorted itself out for no reason, and it literally just creeped me the hell out. It was almost like it was the singularity happening.
All right. Well, that's our time, I suppose. This is when we normally record into. In fact, we've actually got a little bit over to what we normally record. So I believe we're going to call it there for the rest of the evening. So, but yeah, this has been a fun little experiment. If this goes down well and we get a lot of listens, maybe we could do this again in the future. But not for a little while. I think if we space these out, if we do decide to do one again,
we'll do them occasionally.
Yeah, maybe 6 months or something. I don't know. But we'll see. It's a lot of setup on my behalf because now I've got to finish the stream. I've got to boot everything back up again because I've disabled everything. So by the time I roll around to my next stream, I got to remember to actually enable everything. Otherwise, nothing will work. It will be a fun time. So I'm going to do that in just a minute. Awesome. So I guess from my part, I'm just going to say thank you very much for watching the channel. Thank you for G.I. Joe again for the follow earlier. Thank you, Weldy, for the bits. And just thank you everyone for listening to the show, contributing to chat tonight. Tonight, that's why I'm reading and trying to talk at the same time. I shouldn't do that. But I suppose for tonight, this is goodbye from me, goodbye from Brandon, and goodbye from Dan.
Good night, everyone.
Be safe.
Yeah. Oh, you just put hats on the spank. I'll redeem your points. Damn it. All right, let me just put one quick out. Very, very quickly, but I will give you your points back. There we go. Have a hat. Always leave them wanting more. All right.
Spanky.
All right, we're just editing now, so let's go to the ending soon screen. Right, thank you once again, everyone, for listening. And this will be live in 2 weeks' time. Thank you very much for listening. Take care. Have a great one. Take care, folks. Tatty, buys. Bye.